live on the porch, making sure we post all the stuff up, man, because I got a lot to say, man. I know it's been a minute. Still trying to get the technology right, whatever, get everything straight. But we're going to do what we're going to do. You get what I'm saying? You share the link. Because, yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. It's been a minute. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm still trying to work out this technology. You know, I'm an old man. So y'all got to bear with me, man. But, you know what I mean? We making it work, man. Because, like I said, we do this for the youth. We do this for the know, not the show. You know what I mean? A lot of gypsy Jezebel stuff going out here in this world that's been going on. People been hitting me up saying we got to talk about it. Whoopie whoop. So we're going to get to it. You know what I mean? Share this link to a couple folks. We could go. Phone real quick, man. Hopefully y'all doing good out here on this nice Saturday. It's 4:20 on the East Coast in DC. Hopefully y'all out here sitting, I mean, enjoying on this porch. Got my rocking chair set up or whatever. We want to get my deck right. You know, I mean, if you got a chance to be outside and you in the streets, whether you're on the porch, you know what I mean, whether you're in your basement, you know what I mean, in your crib, you're working, whatever the case may be, just enjoy yourself, man. But like I always say, man, the porch is not a location, it's a mentality. Man. So sometimes you want to just be relaxed. You can be on the porch at work. You know what I mean? You might be at work, but you just chilling, you just relaxing, man. I just look at it as, you know what I mean, being on the porch is just, I mean, out of the way. You know what I mean? I ain't really active, whatever. You know what I'm saying, ripping and running the streets or whatever. Even when I'm busy, man, it's a difference. You know what I mean? For me, that's how I look at it. But you know, they all crazy about what I'm talking about. Whoopie whoop anyway. Let me just go ahead, look over here, just make sure we right. Send the thing to a couple people, whatever, man. And we're gonna get into the proceedings, man. Hold up for 1 second. I'll take this up real quick. Make sure we get the comments right. And if you're not, man, it's cool, man. Like I said, everything will be saved up there, available, whatever. But make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, and share, like they say, whatever, and all that. Even if you don't get a chance to join on live or whatever, you feel what I'm saying? Make sure that you, you know what I mean, check it out and leave some comments or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not no expert, you know what I mean? But just let me know what y'all think or whatever. You know what I mean? You might agree with me, disagree, what you want to see, what you want me to talk about, all that or whatever. How you feel, man? So just let me know, man. Cause like I said, I ain't no expert. I be in the barbershop talking to my peoples or whatever. Shout out to Paul, Darren at the barbershop. You know what I mean? I'm not an expert. I ain't always right, but I can only speak from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? My perspective is with my ideas, and my ideas ain't always the best. My ways ain't always right, but it's my way, my perspective, whatever, where it might work for somebody else, and somebody may take bits and pieces of what I'm saying, be able to flip it around and do their own type of way or how they gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So it don't have to be, you know what I'm saying, my way or the highway, because that's not for anything. And one thing I want to get straight with as far as the message, you feel what I'm saying, is he's got a different way of doing things. You know what I mean? I don't know why you want to skin a cat, but there's always different ways to skin a cat. There's no one way to get to your destination. So my way might not work for somebody else. Somebody else's way that I may disagree with may not work for me. At the end of the day, as long as you're true to the game and you're not doing stuff out of malice and you're not cutting down the fellow brothers out here in the streets, in the game, or whatever, you're gonna be all right. Some people, like, if you want to compare it to basketball, some people is 3-point shooters. Not gonna ask a 3-point shooter to bring up the ball and run the offense. Somebody might be in the paint, post up play, you know what I mean, or super athletic, but ain't really technical. I'm not gonna ask them to be a certain type of person, whatever. I'm gonna go with their strengths and weaknesses. You know what I mean? That's how you're supposed to do. So if I'm a live and direct person and I'm telling girls what's up with that butt, I'm not gonna tell everybody to start saying that because some people ain't gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like be in the, like go to bars a lot. I can't do bars or whatever because I don't be having patience sometimes to be sitting there rapping to a broad or whatever. I like to move and shake. I like my shit quick, fast, microwave style. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. Sometimes you might have to open the stove up and cook. Might have to go onto the motherfucking stove and turn it up that way. You know what I'm saying? That's my mentality all the time. I like it quick, fast. You know what I mean? The more the merrier, whatever. Some people might like the, you know what I mean, slow cook. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna knock them. They might go to the bars on a regular basis or whatever, where they able to do as much damage, maybe more than I can or whatever. So whatever works for you, you have to identify that and go with that. Don't be somebody that you're not comfortable in being. You don't have to transform into somebody else. You know what I mean? All you can do is be in your capabilities. And now I'm gonna get into the shit because the main thing that I've been hearing and seeing or whatever is this flying out shit. Now, first of all, I'm always like after like a couple of these videos I've been seeing on this TikTok and this IG and shit be going viral because you know like with the McDonald's shit or whatever and the fucking baby mother, that was a skit. And people got all riled up about it because they know that we're in a fucked up world right now, in a fucked up time where that shit, that same scenario that happened could be true. There are women out here that think like that and act like that. The dudes that's falling bros that's doing it in them raw and having babies by him. You get what I'm saying? So it's not even a point like, and you know, people like, oh, it's a skit or whatever. And I'm like, you know, I'm not going to invest too much in it because it's Jezebel shit or whatever, but it's real shit that be happening on and on or whatever, and it's a discussion that needs to be had about fucking shit that's going on in these thought processes to protect the youth so they don't fall victim to this shit and thinking that you got to do this because now these gypsy Jezebels is commenting on it and be like, you're not a real man if you're not doing this. If you're broke, then say that. I can't fuck with no broke nigga whoop-de-whoop or whatever. And I don't want these young kids to be thinking about this shit, reading this shit, hearing this shit from these gypsy Jezebels and thinking that they're right. I have to make sure I do this in order to deal with this woman because you don't. So y'all niggas, and I'm talking strictly to the niggas because, like I said, ain't no point in talking to no gypsy Jezebel broad, no even a woman because they don't listen. This is all about the men. At the end of the day, men, we fucking set the standards as far as how this shit gonna go. That's basically it. And until niggas realize that shit or whatever, goddamn, we gonna continue to be on the same shit that we doing right now with this fucking bullshit. But y'all niggas up here flying these bras out. Like I want to know the mentality, and I wish again, like I talk to niggas in the barbershop. And they'll say like, oh, well, you gotta fly, but they really not flying bras out. They just regurgitating some shit that they heard a broad say, but they've never done it. But they say they'll be willing to do it, right? But I'm trying to figure out like what is it about flying a girl out that is so like mandatory for you? Like, oh, like this is so bad, I gotta I'm doing everything to get her. Why can't you just fly to her? Let's say, like, all right, I don't know where this should be happening or how it happens if you meet them on IG or whatever. Let's just say you meet the broad on IG. Never met her before. She bad or whatever. She one of the more fucking gypsy Jezebel IG models. She give you some play or whatever. She like, right? If you in DC and this broad is in LA, let's just say, right? Why can't you just fly out to LA and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be out your way or whatever, whoop, just go, I never been to LA, just want to go on vacation or whatever, go out there and hang. Why can't you just link up with her out in LA or whatever and just pay for her, or, we'll pay for your flight out there to go out there and then try your hand at like getting at her that way. And then if the shit don't work out, goddamn it, you're still in LA. There's plenty of women that are in LA where you could, and you should be able to set that shit up ahead of time or whatever, like before you go out there, whatever, with not only her, but like any other broad or whatever. Because even if you go all the way out there, whatever, to fly to her or whatever, and get at it, don't work. There ain't no like niggas. That's not that big of a deal. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, you might be upset that you went out there, but it's still you're going out there for a good time or whatever. You dictate as far as how you're gonna move. The broad don't tell you. She's not gonna be a burden to you if you fly her in. Cause when y'all niggas be flying these broads in or whatever, first of all, y'all be friendly as hell. Y'all get cornered in the position to do shit that you're not really comfortable in doing, and you got to do it because one, you're scared of appearing to be broke to these bitches. Two, you are not man enough to kick a bitch out, tell her get the fuck out. Otherwise, you wouldn't have flown her in the first place. She would have flown herself in. So you don't even feel confident enough to tell a bitch get the fuck out, or to cancel a bitch's ticket, or leave her stranded or whatever. You're not confident in that. Otherwise, you wouldn't even have flown her out in the first place. You would have been confident enough to say, hey, why don't you come out and see me? It would be a big discussion. Oh, you want me to pay for your flight? The fuck out of here. When you niggas get these bras there, you're so scared to lose the opportunity that you're gonna fuck. You'll spend all this money, and half of the time the bras already knowing they might not gonna fuck you. They just I'm gonna just string them along or whatever, get some food out of them, some money out of them. You know what I mean? Get away from the kids. If I can meet another nigga out, or I'm already going to be meeting a nigga that I really want to fuck, and I'm just going to use this nigga. I done seen so many fucking shits where niggas then flown broads out, and then they brought a +1 with them, another homegirl with them, brought another nigga with them, or whatever. You know what I mean? And ain't fuck. And then I'm like, even if you did fuck or whatever, like, I mean, was it worth it? Cause I'm trying to figure out, like, why can't you get them same type of chicks in your area, or in the area where you want to be at, or in that city or town where this broad that you talking to lives at? Like, bro, like niggas be doing shit all the time. Be flying to Miami. You're going to Miami. You don't live there. You're going to Miami, so you're bringing sand to the beach. That's not even your woman, but you're volunteering to fly out another chick because you are so afraid, and your lack of game, that you feel that you can't get any women when you go down to Miami. What you going for? You're a traveling trick. You're a journeyman John. That's what the fuck you are. And it's sickening. My main thing is, niggas, you don't have to do anything. You make the choice of what you want to do. So when these old fucking comfortable Negro simp ass John ass niggas be telling you gotta pay to play, you gotta pay at one way or another. One way or another, you're paying for it. You can't get nothing in life is free. You don't have to do shit. You know how many niggas that are broke? And I ain't talking about fucking, regular 9 to 5, living check to check. I'm talking about broke that are getting bitches. And I ain't talking about bum broke bitches that ain't looking for no money. I'm talking about your average bitch. Your average bitch, the same bitches that y'all spending money on, it's a nigga that has fucked them for free. I guarantee you, if you want to do a survey, ask them, bros, whatever, Matter of fact, the next Gypsy Jezebel bitch that you meet, ask her at one point in time, and I ain't talking about when she was in high school, early college. I'm talking about within the last 3 years. But look, let's go 5 years. COVID, whatever. Last 5 years. Ask them if they fuck with a nigga that ain't spent no money. I guarantee to tell you, yeah. They'll say, oh, it was a mistake and blah, blah, blah. Just like they'll say the same thing on the nigga that splurged on them and all that other shit. These women don't have no type of rhyme or reason on how they deal with these niggas. One day they'll fuck with a baller ass nigga, whatever. They gave him all the money, treated him right, took care of him monetarily, but treated him like shit. Then they be like, man, I can't fuck with these type of niggas no more. I want a down to earth nigga. I done been there and done all that or whatever with the buck. Women are fucking for free. Niggas just have to realize that maybe, just maybe, it might not be your time to fuck this broad at this particular time. Sometimes you just gotta motherfucking let it go. Ain't my day. I'm gonna just go on ahead or whatever, you know what I mean? Keep it moving and work on somebody else. But y'all niggas is messing up the game because now you got these broads thinking that this is mandatory now for a man to do the shit. Now, if you're a certain select man that has it like that and that's what you choose to do, whatever. That's what you choose to do. But there shouldn't be no woman, all men do this shit. And if she is, she should be able to identify what that man looks like. She should be looking in certain areas or whatever and not trying regular niggas or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Or, you know, niggas that be, you know what I mean, on that regular shit or whatever in the game to be doing this shit. No. And then you got it further with bras is even complaining about niggas flying them out. Talking about if you're not flying me out first class, don't fuck with him. He's a broke nigga. This is what they think about y'all. Y'all niggas keep giving them what the fuck they want. Because your niggas has got that fucking desperate deodorant and you're drunk off that fucking horny water. See, this is just regular water. This is not that horny water. Y'all niggas need to fucking get outside and experience some shit or whatever and get to the point where you have to realize you don't need a bitch. You can want a bitch, but you don't need a bitch. And it's a difference. And until y'all niggas get on that level, man, y'all gonna keep on doing the same shit. Which goes to my next point. Because I said I was gonna talk about this shit, but I'm gonna get it out the way now. Whatever. I was gonna do a separate joint for this one or whatever, but I'm gonna just go ahead and get it out the way now, whatever. Because it's the second part over here. And I start self-reflecting as far as like, man, when was it that I really reached my peak as far as like me being confident and in the game and just being able to be like, all right, I got this. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. And if it don't happen, then fuck it. I'm able to fucking walk away with it without putting super extra energy and compromising my beliefs, my logic, my morals, just for some pussy. I'm able to just be me, whether I'm fucking or not. This is me. When did I get to that point? At what age, what time frame did I hit my peak? Where I was like, man, I'm in my prime. And for me, I want to say it was when I was 21. Say 2021. Not a year 2021, but when I turned 21. So probably my junior year. And I was working a lot of customer service, sales jobs, shit like that. And in these customer service jobs, a lot on the job training where they give you like certain skills on how to make a sale, how to talk to people, how to deal with people, how to interact. And me, because I work so many jobs doing this shit, and I got when I'm a people person or whatever, Like it was one of those things that I didn't even realize it to like start thinking about this shit. I was like, man, that shit a lot for me in the game. Because like I said, you know, it's different when you just doing this shit casually and just like whatever the fuck. But when your livelihood depends on it at that point in time, you gonna take it seriously. Other job, like fucking money. You're not gonna be able to do the shit that you want to do and need to do. So there's a type of focus and desperation as far as that. Like I gotta get at it. And when I was at 2021, I definitely didn't have. I was living check to check. I was, you know, making it because it's one thing when you've been at the bottom. I'm talking about couch surfing, you know what I mean, all that type of shit or whatever, down real down bad. Nobody helping you, whatever, or you get minimal help for a little bit of time, whatever. But you got to make it happen yourself. And then when you get from the bottom to like, okay, I'm able to lift myself out of the, yeah, I still got some debt. Yeah, I'm still in the hole a little bit, but there's a change coming. The light's at the end of the tunnel. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's levels where you down at the bottom, where you just flat out fucked up. To like, okay, now you digging out of it or whatever. You know, you might owe some people. Your credit might be all the way up, but you ain't an apartment or a roommate or whatever. Mother's house. Hold up. Let me see. We straight? Okay, my bad. Yeah, a little, you know, the internet went in a little bit. I live at your mother's house, but you able to stay with your homeboy or whatever. Y'all going through the grind in college or whatever. You might not be able to order like afford liquor all like 24/7 or whatever, but you could maybe get a half a pint or whatever. You know, if y'all go out on the weekend or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Make it work type shit. Niggas know. Niggas know. You feel what I'm saying? Then it gets to the point where you can get your own apartment. You know, and you still making it happen. Might be check by check, might be able to have a little bit of money in your savings or whatever, but you know, you making it work. No bad if your car break down and you have a dry patch where, you know what I mean, a month or two, whatever, you gotta save up that little bit of money to get another used car. But you back on it, you back at it. One of them type of situations, right? It was around that time, whatever. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, we in the club every Fridays, fucking going out Saturdays. We was off on Thursday, go out Wednesday night, wet Wednesdays. We was out there every week, but it was a numbers game. We were able to be able to function, move out there, whatever, and not and blend into the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And the only way that you're gonna be able to learn that type of shit is if you're outside, like the young kids say. But you're out and about in experiencing all that shit going on. But I wasn't buying tables. I wasn't buying bottles. I still don't do that shit down to this day. If I wanted to, I could, but I don't need to. Because at some point, I was out in the field being able to do all this shit, do what I wanted to do without. And some niggas ain't comfortable with that. Like, they never had the experience being able to do it without that shit. Now, if you can do it, and if you have the money and you feel like you want to do it, then cool, that's your choice. But there's a difference between wanting to and having to. Some niggas had to do that. Some had to get a table, or they thought they had to get a table to impress a bitch because they didn't have the verbal skills, the communication skills, the fucking acumen to talk to a bitch or bitches. When the bright lights hit the highest, they froze up because they weren't used to. They didn't have that experience. Some niggas are more experienced, and some niggas just some people just got it, and some people got it. Now I'm gonna really start doing some work on this shit and seeing about getting this shit done. But there needs to be a petition to have mandatory communication classes in high school. Now I don't know what the fuck they teaching in high school now, but I know when I went to high school, whatever. It was outdated shit they was talking about and teaching or whatever. So I don't know what the curriculum is now. But I don't remember no communications class. I remember I learned about communications when I was in college. That was another because I majored in communications, public relations when I was in college, and that helped as well too. So I had that Plus, work that I was doing or whatever, just with customer service jobs and just shit like that, where you're talking to people, interacting with people, building relationships, all that shit. You know what I mean? But shit needs to be done in high school, because now you got these fucking babies, little guys from nothing but fucking Papa John's, telling them bullshit like it ain't chicken if you got it. All this bullshit that don't make no fucking sense. That's fucking lies. That's fucking gypsy Jezebel babble that's regurgitated. If some nigga heard it from some bitch and he thought he had to do that just to get some pussy. And now they're regurgitating that shit to these young boys. Or some girl heard some nigga say that shit or whatever to them or whatever, that tricked out on or whatever, and it just spreading like fucking monkeypox and coronavirus. And I'm the fucking vaccine. The real vaccine. I'm gonna fix this shit. There needs to be fucking mandatory classes in high school where they teach negotiations, product knowledge, because you have to know your audience. You can't. I'll give you an example. I was talking to my partner, whatever. I said, man, would you go into a strip club and talk to a broad in the strip club or whatever, there's a stripper or whatever the case may be, or one of the girls that's going in the strip club, would you talk to one of them, like, you know, asking them out on a date and try to sweet talk them and, you know, offer them, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Talk to him like that. He's like, no. I was like, and you wonder why you wouldn't do that. I said, you have to know your audience. You talk to a broad like that in the strip club, she gonna think that you a sucker. They willing to hear that sometimes they want to hear that gangster shit. They want to hear that player shit, that pimp shit. That shit like, man, I don't need you, you need me type shit. What's up type shit. Sometimes as much as niggas don't think that is true, some women just need to hear that shit. They like to hear that shit. They don't want to hear that Ricky romance. Excuse me, miss. You're so beautiful. Can I buy you a drink? And you know, I want to fly you. They don't want to hear that shit. As soon as they start hearing that shit, I'm like, oh, we got a sucker. Him. And then sometimes already do that shit as soon as you walk by looking at you, the way you walk and the way you carry yourself. You might get it wrong, but they might come at you with bullshit and they just test your hand. I blame them. Y'all niggas is fucking up the game. Y'all putting fentanyl in the game. You're diluting a pure product of game that niggas have laid out. Niggas are fucking up blue magic. Step with the bullshit. You're stepping on it with these trick tap dance shoes, man. So you gotta know your audience. Or whatever, and talk some gangster shit or whatever to some hippie ass, three finger snapping ass broads. I might have to tone it down for, you know what I mean? Still talk a way where I feel comfortable, but I might have to lay off a little bit. But also, too, I might not want to know. I might have to bust and put sometimes you have to awareness, situational awareness, product knowledge, product knowledge, action. And if you don't know the definition of action, Google it. I'm not fucking telling you. I'll pay y'all. Y'all got the game all fucked up, man. I can't believe that niggas don't understand this shit. This is simple shit where if you go to fucking work at a call center, they're gonna teach you this shit. Acumen, the ability to make good judgments and quick decisions. So that's when you say something so broad or whatever, and goddamn, you gotta, and she might come back at you with some shit that wasn't against the plan or whatever that you thought. You gotta be able to come back quick on your feet. And still maintain your morals and still be on the whole path of like, all right, well, this is the plan B, this is the plan C. Let's get back on track to where I want to be at. Not on this shit that you're talking about flying out. No. Because again, at the end of the day, I stamp this. Ain't no real woman going to ask a man for shit If a nigga wants to do it, he's going to offer it. So no woman should have to ask a nigga for a date. No woman should have to ask a nigga to give them money. No woman should have to ask a nigga to fly them out. And if you're on that type of time or whatever, you might as well just be 100% real and just leave with him like, look, I'm a prostitute. I'm a vagabond. I'm a beggar. I am a lady of the night. I'm an escort. This is what I'm about. Honestly, let's cut the shit. This is what I want. Take it or leave it. I can respect that. Then these bras up here, goddamn, acting like they ain't like that or whatever, but then say some shit or do some shit that's like some fucking whoremonger shit, like some streetwalker type shit. Talking about cash at me $40. The fuck out of here. But you niggas keep allowing it. You niggas keep on not putting your foot down, shutting this shit down. And this is what will continue to fucking happen on your watch. And I'm sitting on the porch watching this shit, shaking my goddamn disappointment. What's the other shit that you learn in these active listening, relationship building, emotional intelligence, time management, prioritization. And when we talk about fucking prioritization, I'm talking to my partner, whatever. When we talk about, he was saying, like, you know what I mean, like, you gotta spend it on, and I'm like, no. I think he said, let me refresh my memory. Well, right? And I said, that's a damn. Women don't have price tags on them. They're not fucking products or fucking items to be purchased. What's the price tag on a bitch? Doesn't make any sense. Now, I agree, like, you're doing stuff for yourself. If you can't afford to do so, then maybe you should make sure that you get your priorities right and take care of that first. But see, the fucked up thing is niggas got their priorities so fucked up, they think they gotta do shit to impress a bitch. So now you got niggas out there spending money on fucking designer clothes. They don't have a fucking apartment. They live with their mother. Or they fucking buying jewelry and they don't have a car. They are fucking spending money every day on fucking weed, but you can't afford to get your ass and go take a trip for yourself. That's where your priorities should be. So if you focus it on what you can do, you're worried about what you can do for yourself. And then the bitches are going to come later for free. I told my mans or whatever. He was like, yeah, you know, you got to dress nice or whatever and wear certain shit or whatever. I'm like, listen, I ain't saying you got to walk in the club like a bum, but nigga, you think that you can't get a bitch based off of what you're wearing? And if that's the case, then you have a problem. Your game just ain't that strong. If you feel that, oh yeah, this bitch gonna like me because I got on jewelry. Yeah, it's some bitches that like that shit or whatever, but that same bitch probably will still like you if came up to her or whatever and was rapping to her and talking to her nice. And I ain't talking nice and friendly. I'm talking to her nice like that real nigga. You got some fucking confidence. Like, hey, bitch, I know I get you. I know you want me. I want you to come here. Bitch, come talking to her. You go motherfucking to feel better if you're talking to a confident salesman. If a nigga stuttering or whatever and you asking the prices, he hesitating in the building, whether they want to fucking try, I mean, play games with you, whatever, and all this shit, they want a car. It's up to you to be like, man, look, let me close the deal with some confidence and realize, like, hey, might be bullshitting or whatever, but I did everything I could or whatever, and just say whatever, but I laid it out on the line or whatever confidently. And if you don't want the car, hey, it's cool. I'm damn sure not gonna let it ruin my day or whatever. I'm going to That's what niggas need to be learning, whatever, as far as these customer service jobs. I learn all the time, whatever. Inbound calls, outbound calls. You try to sell them something, we'll give them some information, they're gonna cuss you out, they're gonna whatever. You gotta be able to have a heart of a fucking lion to not let that shit get you down. And it's a numbers game. Oh, if I don't get this bitch or whatever, fuck her. I'm gonna go on to the next one. I'm gonna get another bitch. Shit, you might walk out the club and try to a whole bunch of bitches, don't get not one number. It's all right. Be next week. I'll get them. I've done it before. I can do it a fucking again. The only way you're gonna get that fucking confidence is if you get the fuck outside and start getting in the field and start getting some training, get these skills, and goddamn learn as you go. God damn it. Shit, look at that motherfucking episode on the fucking on Atlanta with the white boy, whatever it was. You know what I mean? You could tell the difference when he was trying to get the scholarship or whatever, he didn't get it and lost his girl or whatever, and then he had to end up working at Best Buy, whatever, doing a sales job. Look at the difference. This nigga was fucking rapping shit, some real player shit. And it might not have been working, but he was gonna get one. Look at the difference. That's what I'm telling y'all niggas, man. Y'all need to get the fuck outside, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this world, man. But I'm gonna really petition for that shit. I'm gonna talk to these fucking crooked ass politicians down here in motherfucking Constitution Avenue, whatever the fuck, wherever the fuck they be at. But yeah, man, that's all I got to say, man. Stop flying these bitches out, man. And if y'all got a young kid or whatever, young male that got it, put them, man, tell them to get a job at the mall where they, you got to see people, whatever, and rap to them. Get them a job in the mall first. That was my first job. I was working at a shoe store. They got to see people all the time, see girls all the time. That's when they start owning their skills. When they go to college, tell them to get a customer service job, easy one, like 2 hours or whatever. They're going to learn a fucking lot. And so this game off to these kids, whatever. Like I said, you don't have to do shit. If you want to take a girl out, do it because you want to. But don't think that you have to. And if a broad is demanding you or forcing the issue for you to do some shit, tell her no. Maybe she just ain't for you. Get the fuck out of there. Because at the end of the day, you keep following the bullshit, you keep fucking the game up, you're going to make it pretty soon. Like I said, you're going to have broads be like, yeah, I'm not fucking with no niggas that ain't doing no gay shit. I'm not fucking with a feminine man. I don't even know if that shit even makes sense, but you get what I'm saying. If you're not acting feminine. And then you're going to have niggas out here wearing dresses. You already got niggas out here wearing dresses. You're going to be wearing women's clothing and panties and all this bullshit. Earrings. You're already walking around with these fucking man purses or whatever the fucking shit. Painting your toenails and shit because a bitch told you to do it. Niggas out here dookie dipping and doing all this weird ass shit with these bras or whatever and shit because they tell them to. You must be out your fucking mind. Y'all gonna hear more from me. Like I said, I'm gonna get this technology right, and there's so much dumb shit that's here, whatever, that I can just react to and spit this game to. I will be doing it. I need to get this shit set up, whatever, with this fucking technology and get it right. But once I do, man, yeah, the motherfucking content will be coming out. So every time some shit happen, whatever, that go viral or somebody posting on a fucking YouTube or the TikTok or fucking IG, whatever, I will be on it and I will be talking about it. So it's your boy King Moses, live from the porch. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, all that bullshit or whatever. And this is for the no, not. I don't give a damn if I only got one motherfucker on here watching. It's only one watch. Somebody get this information and share whatever and change their goddamn life and get them right. Then I have done my job. Sometimes you gotta put it out there. It might take them couple years later down the line to find this shit out. Been sitting in how many niggas in jail? What's going on? This damn, oh my bad, yeah. In that how many niggas in jail right now in the article book? Donald Goins book. change their motherfucking life. Or how many motherfuckers that went to jail and converted to Islam or whatever, because that's a lot of the shit that's in there in the motherfucking in them libraries up there. And they ain't got nothing but time or whatever, so they got to sit down and focus on it and read this shit. And another thing or whatever, one of the realize why a lot of them jail niggas got a lot of game and gifted gab and all that shit or whatever, because you have to talk down there. You're sitting down or whatever, and you're in a desperate situation where you gotta talk. You gotta sell your story to the motherfuckers outside or whatever to get that commissary, to get them because you're desperate and you down bad. So a lot of them jail, that's why a lot of them jail niggas be getting them bras, them pen pal bitches, whatever. They're able to, because they reading a lot of vocabulary and they get enough time to sit down there and fucking craft the way they talk. Their vocabulary and their communication skills are impeccable in jail. That's why all the motherfucker, and it only take but a dumb bitch to fall for the shit, because that's all the game is. Sometimes you really ain't got to say much, and sometimes it ain't. It's about what you don't say, and we ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole nother level about the fucking non-verbal communication. I can do another. Matter of fact, I will do another fucking on the porch about that shit. Just non-verbal. I'm gonna do a communication part 2 on this motherfucker. We can talk about the communicate, because some niggas don't even read the fucking cues. I'm gonna get into that because that needs to be included on that one too. That's gonna be another on the porch part 2. The second part of communication, the non-verbals, where you at and being aware and where you're standing at, where your position is, where you can be at, shit like that. Getting somebody's attention, being able to stay out the way of the attention of people, whatever, so you can move stealth-like. We're gonna get on that. But like I said, man, I'm just dropping jewels, man. They're available. I ain't gonna push motherfuckers to fucking find the jewels or whatever, but they're gonna be readily available for motherfuckers to get, man. So it's your boy King Moses, live from the porch. I'm out.